Hi everyone, my name's Craig. Welcome to Pagan Outdoors. Now, this is going to be a bit of a weird intro to a video. I'm doing a 2-night camp with the Notts and Derby bushcraft group. It's about midnight now. Now, we got here just after 6, but I've come here with my younger two kids. I say young two, that's 13 and 15, but having to help me daughter set up her hammock rig and tarp, and then mine, and then make sure everything is all organised and they've all got their kit squared away. By the time we did that, it had gone dark, which seems really weird, but sort of when you're in a coniferous woodland, it does tend to get dark in the woods sort of quicker than out in the open air. So by the time we set up, it was dark, and so I went round the campfire with the other people from the group and sort of chatted away, and now it's midnight. So in the morning, or when I remember, I'll do a video of the rigs we've got, and sort of the general area we're in. So it's the same area as the July camp, so I'll try and do a bit more videoing than that one. So yeah, I've got Laurie, new camping man. He's here for tonight, but he's got to be off in the morning, and then me and my younger two are here till Sunday lunchtime. So yeah, so sorry about the weird intro to the video, but I just didn't get a chance to do anything in the daylight because of the time we got here. And then so once you're around the fire, sort of chat with people you've not seen for a couple of months, or one or two incidents for a lot longer, so everyone starts sort of talking, having a cut of drinks, and sort of time disappears, shoots by. So I'll just give you a quick heads up before going to bed, which is where I am at the moment. I'm sort of all set up in my hammock, ready for the night. And tell it's that time of year because I've got me merino wool beanie on, merino wool hat on, so you can tell it's that time of year when this comes out and on the head. So yeah, it's a fresh night, but got a nice mug of tea next to me, so the other side of the bug net. So but yeah, I'll give you guys, hopefully I'll remember to say about what food wise and whatnot we're doing in the morning, depending on when I get up. But yeah, just I'll give you a brief intro, and then hopefully I'll do some more tomorrow if I remember this time. So but thanks for starting to watch the video anyway, and I shall catch you guys in the morning. Morning guys. I say morning, I think it's probably gone 10 or 11 I think now, but as you can see on the sky, lovely blue sky, slight northerly breeze coming in, but in amongst this all the coniferous trees and that, not really noticing it too much. At the moment I have got on the go, nice and slowly, got a whole pan of pork sausages off the butcher's yesterday. So, and we've got some lovely white rolls, got brioche posh dog buns, and the old Tommy sauce to go with it. So I have a proper breakfast this morning. It should tide us over through lunch as well, to be fair. I'll probably stick some photos in of our rigs, because obviously late last night, by the time we got in and set up, I think as I said last night, it was like running really late. But as if you watch this channel before, you'll all know my setup. So it's my standard 4x4 tarp and my normal hammock rig. There's my daughter's rig over there. She's happily ensconced in that at the moment. So my son's rig's behind the camera. Not sure where he's gone, but there's quite a lot of monkjack barking last night, which was quite nice. I know everyone's a fan of monkjacks and stuff, but it's quite nice to hear them. We had owls, tawny owl. This morning there was a woodpecker about, amongst other things, so there's quite a lot of activity going on, to be fair. But yeah, it's a grand morning, so I'm going to get all these sausages done and all the rest of it. I may film some bits around the fire later on. Laurie of New Camping Man, he was here last night, so you'll see his video on his channel. But he's had to go this morning, so he could for family stuff. So he's only he could only do the one night. So you'll see his video on his channel. So go over and see his. So I may film a bit around the campfire, depending on whether people want to be filmed or not, really. But yeah, I'll do some more filming later. I might go for a walk, see any mushrooms or whatnot, see what we can find. So, but yeah, what I'll do, I'll leave you with that image of the old sausages going away, and we are on the good old Trans-UMS. There's a lot of cooking going on around the main campfire at the moment, so I'm going to stick with the Trans-UMS. So, but yeah, so I hope your Saturdays are going well wherever you are, and I shall get back to you later on. So catch you later, guys. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Sorry it's not got a lot of content in it. Had a couple of good nights of good laughs, and basically it was yeah, good laughs, and a lot of stuff that would probably get me a strike on YouTube, to be fair. So let's get some of it. Yeah, so but hopefully there's a little bit in there for you. It was a really enjoyable weekend, great meeting up with the other bushcraft group members. If anyone wants to do these camps, the Notts and Derby Bushcraft Group, the Great British Bushcraft Group, Notts and Derby Bushcraft Group, is an open group. So if you want to sort of go onto the Facebook page, and I'm not sure if it's an apply or how it is, but if you go on there it will tell you, and hopefully perhaps maybe see you on the next meet. We are hopefully, I think, trying to get one every month now that we've started getting them regularly. It all depends on Nick, the chap who runs this site. as to how busy he is with his forest school and such. So as to the dates that he can provide and see if we can do. So, but yeah, no, brilliant camp. So sorry about the bit lack of footage, but half the time you get caught up in the moment and forget to video it. So, but I shall just leave you with the obligatory LNT shots in a minute. So, and also just a slight, not bugbear, but just something to think about possibly. So I'll switch the camera around and I'll speak to you in a minute. Alright, there we go. I was between that tree and that tree there. My daughter was between that tree and that tree. My son was between this tree and that tree. And yeah, so all good. This little stump become quite a handy little table, so I'll be running that for future camps. So yeah, what I was saying before I flipped the camera around, a bit of a bugbear. Now I know it's slightly easier for me because I tend to hammock camp, but I will be doing some ground camping, and this also applies when I used to do ground camping, and when I'll do the odd bit again, is clearing the ground. Now obviously when it comes to stuff like this, branches and whatnot, of course you got to clear them, otherwise I mean with hammocks you can just sort of clear the main bits and your hammock rig's up off the ground, so you haven't got an issue. But for ground, well, even then I do see some people completely clear the ground. Obviously if you're ground dwelling, you have to sort of just move all these pine cones to one side, branches and stuff and whatnot, so you don't puncture your ground mat and such. But what I see here, you can see I've left all the, yes, they can be classed as invasive species in a sense, but all the silver birch, the saplings that are growing up, I mean even that one which was balmy ground sheet, I just folded this one around it. I've left every single sapling in place. Now what does, I suppose, get on my nerves, for the want of a better word, yes, I get you have to clear this, but what gets me is when people clear down and they clear right down through, what, an inch of duff to get to some sort of ground, and then they clear like an entire area. Now I get to a degree, but it's not so much the LNT sort of leave no trace afterwards that's the issue. There's a lot, for me, there's a lot of insect beetle life in this ground cover. Now you can clear all the sticks or the pine cones without having to go down into the duff layer and scraping all the life off this. Now yes, it is a big coniferous forest, and in the grand scheme of things, for most people it's only a small area. What's the issue? There's still life in that layer that you've just scraped to one side. Yes, you can put it back, and for the most part nobody will be none the wiser. They'll pull up the odd sapling, it is what it is. But in the scheme of things, between these two trees, sort of that tree and that tree, even though the root systems are not the biggest in the world, they'll be connected by tiny threads of what's the word, mycelium, I think it is, like tiny threads from the main body of mushrooms, and they connect the trees to each other, which in essence, for the want of a better word, communicate with each other. Now some of these are quite close to the surface, or they can be. Now I get, as I said before, clearing the area so you don't puncture your ground mat or your self-inflating mat, but putting a sturdy, clearing the twigs out. In this type of woodland, the pine cones, ground sheet down, just put something soft underneath your main, especially if it's one of these expensive mats, inflatable mats. But to remove an inch of duff, which apart from the insect beetle life could have some the sort of the almost like the I just got the internet cables of the natural world could possibly be near the surface. You could potentially disrupt the signals between some of the trees, which is why I don't like uprooting all these sort of saplings, because pulling them up, if they're grown a couple of inches to 6 inches down, their roots could already be wrapped around some of the tentacles, I suppose you'd call it, of all the mushroom that are going around. I mean, to put it this way, they've discovered that in a spoonful or a teaspoonful of forest soil could be up to a couple of miles of these really fine mycelium tendrils, these mushroom tendrils that cover the entire forest. Now, even just clearing a small area away could disrupt quite a lot. I know this is getting quite deep into the realms of sort of the trees and mycology and all the rest of it, but it's sort of simple things like leaving the saplings in place, work around them, just taking the bare minimum off the surface. And even this time of year, which is sort of mid-September, if you can, try and use like a wood burning stove on a stump rather than clearing an area for a fire. If you really feel the need for a fire, try and do a smaller one as possible. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, how to do it. If you want to clear an area and for your rig and stuff like that, then it's up to you, isn't it, really? But I'm just trying to inform, and I suppose getting up slightly on the soapbox, but just trying to inform people that what you're disrupting by just clearing an area, even if it's the size of a sleeping bag, especially if it's between two trees, you could be disrupting more than you think. It's just food for thought more than anything else, I think. So, but apart from that, I'll get off my soapbox now. It was a brilliant camp. If you do like this video, then please think about liking and subscribing, and I shall get back to you on the next video. So I'll just, everyone else is buggered off, I'll just leave you with sort of slow pan round of this cracking coniferous woodland, and I shall catch you on the next one.